Hello students. So in this video we are going to talk about the entire CLAT counseling process. Now, an important note here is that this is a tentative CLAT counseling video. That means we are making this video taking in reference the last year's CLAT counseling process, right? Because we don't have as such any detail or information or notification regarding the CLAT counseling process this year. For sure, we know one thing, that is the CLAT result, right? For the exam which was conducted on 3rd of December, for that the results will be announced on 10th of December. From 12th of December to 22nd of December, you have to get yourself registered for this particular CLAT counseling process. I will be explaining you what is this CLAT counseling process. Why are we calling it a process, right? Now, the most important thing, the first step is that there will be an invitation to attend this counseling process. That means not everyone, right? Not everyone who has appeared in this exam will get a chance to participate in this counseling process, and only few, and according to us, nearly 5 to 6 times the vacancies, right? Those many students will be called to participate in the counseling process. That means, say there are 100 ST seats in all NLUs together, then nearly 500 to 600 ST students, top 500 to 600 ST students will be called to participate in the CLAT counseling process. What does that mean? That means that even if you get an invitation, that doesn't ensure that you're going to get an NLU. What this invitation merely indicates is that you're going to attend this process which might give you a chance. That means if you have not received this invitation, for sure you're out of this race now. Now, after the invitation, right, how would you get this invitation? It will be either in the form of an email which will be received at your email address that you have specified during the application filling process, or it will be in some other way, say a text message, normal SMS. But it's always advised from 12 to 22, I would advise that students should go to the consortium page, put their credentials, log into their account and see whether there is any invitation or whether is there any separate link to go to this specific page where you can participate in this particular process. What I mean to say is just be assured that whether or not you are called for this particular process. Once you figure out, you have to go to this particular link which has been provided and you have to get yourself registered. The registration includes 2 things. One is information part, wherein you have to fill your basic info, your name, your father's name, mother's name, your parents' occupation and all those things. And second is you have to give your academic background and all those things. After which you have to pay a fee. Now, what is the fee? Last year this fee was 30,000 rupees for general category students and was 20,000 rupees for SC/ST category students. This year we are not sure till this point that what is going to be this counseling amount, right? We believe that it would be unchanged, but as I have told you, this is tentative video. Once the notification rolls out, we'll make another video wherein we'll discuss about, in detail, we'll discuss about the entire process again with regards to the specific timeline and details which will be provided by the consortium. Now, after you pay this particular fee, that means you are invited, you go, you fill the details, you pay the fee. Now you are into this counseling process. Now, how does this counseling process happen? It happens in this particular flow. That means first there are several rounds of allotment. Say first round is released wherein according to the priorities set by you in your CLAT application. If you remember, during your CLAT application process, you had set certain priority of as to which NLU you would want to choose over other. Now, based on that preference list, you will be allotted a particular seat. Now you have 3 options. You can freeze that seat. Say when you freeze it, it means that you have accepted that seat and you don't want any other seat. You are particularly willing to go to that particular university for that particular academic year. Or second, you can float. Float is that you're choosing this seat for now, but you would want to upgrade. If you get an NLU better than this NLU that you have been allocated in the first place, then you would want to move on. Right? This is called float and freeze. If you do any of these process, that means you are exercising your right to say that I want to get into an NLU. If you are doing that, again you have to pay an additional amount of 20,000 rupees. Remember this, 30,000 is just registration saying that I want to participate, 20,000 is locking a seat. whether that be through the process of freeze or float. We'll discuss about freeze, float and how it works in the next video when I will be discussing in length the notification. Then after first round, there will be second round, third round, fourth round according to the vacancies. All these things will be adjusted, and after 5 rounds of allotment, this process from CLAT consortium's interest would come to end. That means CLAT consortium's website will close after the 5 allotments, after which there is something known as vacant seats. Now consortium will not publish that what are these vacant seats. That means seats which are yet not filled. Right? Those seats you have to go to the specific NLU's website and you have to check whether there are still vacant seats even after, despite the 5 rounds of allotment. After which, right, you have to fill for that particular thing. Anyhow, if you get a seat, then you have to pay the confirmation fees that I have told you. If you freeze float, you have to pay 20,000 rupees extra apart from the registration fees, and then you have to pay the college fees. After which there will be an offline physical verification of all the documents. After which your NLU seat will be pakka reserved for you. Till this last moment, till the official offline scrutiny of the documents, we can say that NLU can exercise their discretion to deny you a seat. So once that process has ended, you have got there. Yeah. So the last thing is, apart from freeze float, we have something known as exit option. What is exit option? During this counseling process, if you feel that you're no more interested in this particular process of getting yourself an NLU, and you want to say go to some other private university, or you're not happy with the NLU that you got during any of these lists or till the last moment, then you can exercise the exit option. If you have exercised the exit option when you haven't used float or freeze, that means you were never given a seat, right? You waited till end, no seat was given to you, and you have exited. Then the entire amount, that 30,000 for general category and 20,000, remember, the entire amount will be refunded. If you have used the freeze or float option, then a certain amount, last year it was 5,000 rupees, that will be deducted, and the rest of the amount will be paid back to you. Now, the important note is, as I've told you, I am repeatedly saying this, and you can also read in the description box, this is a tentative thing just to explain, because a lot of students are confused as to what happens after the results are out. Do you need to directly approach NLU? They don't understand what is this process. For that purpose, we wanted to explain. I was one of such student during my CLAT days. I was confused as to what I should do after the result. I wasn't very sure about what is this preference list and how does it work. So with regard to that, we'll make a specific video with utmost detail so that you can understand. That will be after the CLAT consortium rolls out a notification regarding this entire process, right? Till that, you can use this. Also, if you have any query, you can use this. Use the comment box to put your question. Our team will reach out to you with specific details as to your questions. With that, we come to end. I hope that this video was helpful. Thank you so much.